Now we will look at navigation for our website. As we build pages in Sitefinity, the pages actually create our navigation structure. So as you're adding pages, you want to add them in the order you want them to show up in your navigation. So for example, right here we have our home page, and we have an example parent page with a child page below it. And then we have About Us, News, and a clinic page. So now let's add some pages, move some pages around, and create a few more child pages to show you how to create the navigation for your website. So here you see the back end of Sitefinity, and you'll see the pages we have created. Now, some of these pages do not show up in our navigation. Note, Image Gallery is not in our navigation over here. That is because when we created the page, we selected Do Not Show in Navigation. Now let me show you how to do that by creating a new page. So come up to the top right side and click Create a Page. Now we're going to give this page a name, and let's call it Sample Page. And we want to leave it at the top level. We don't want this to be a child page. Now we could change the URL if we'd like. So let's say I want to take that hyphen out of there and simply click off of it and it'll save it. If your pages in your original website had the .asp ending or any other ending, you can enable multiple URLs for this page, and you can add those specific URLs in here. Now the way you do that is the tilde symbol as the root of the site. So that would be www.utmb.edu. And then you do slash your site name slash the page name .asp. Now you can simply paste your URL in here and then remove the root and just add the tilde. So this page I do want to show in my navigation. This is the stage where you would deselect Show in Navigation if you would like your page to be hidden. Now we could use this page to group other pages, and we could also make this a redirect. I will show you how to do that in our next section. So we're going to copy the title of the page. We're going to leave the Sitefinity demo default as our template. So I'm going to go into descriptions and keywords and paste in my site title for now as a placeholder. So let's click Create and go to Add Content. At this time, I'm not going to add any content to this page. I simply want to publish it so it shows up in my navigation. So we'll go back to our home page and we'll refresh. And you'll see sample page comes up at the bottom of my navigation because it's at the bottom of my list in the back end. Now I could simply take this and drag it up below categories and tags, or I could drag it into something like the parent page. Notice the difference. If you want it to be between two pages, you want that darker gray bar that goes across the screen and between the two pages, and you simply drop. Now your other option is to drag it and drop it over a page, and it will make that page a child page for this one you dropped it into. So let's refresh our home page and see what that looks like. Now you notice it goes away, but if I click on parent page, it's in there. So I can click on that sample page, but again, it doesn't have any content in it, so it's going to be empty. Okay, let's say I want to change this page now, and I want it to be a redirect. So I can simply go to Actions and scroll down to Title and Properties and click on that. And I can go towards the middle of the page where it says this page redirects to another. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to set page to redirect to. Now I can choose a page within this site. So let's say I want it to redirect to my news page. I can click Done. Or I can choose a certain specific web address and paste in that web address. And I can even choose to open this link in a new window. Let's click Done. So let me save that and show you what that looks like. So let's go back to our home page and refresh. Again, we're going to go under our parent page and click on Sample Page. So this will redirect us to that URL that we plugged in. Okay, now let's create a new page, and we're going to create a group page. We can name this page Group Sample 1, And let's use this page only to group other pages. So you see all of my other options go away, and all I'll simply have to do is create and return to pages. And you'll see it comes up here. So now I'm going to create a child of this page. You can do this two different ways. I could just simply create a page and then select the parent at that level, or I can click on the little box next to the parent page and you'll see my options change. It changes to create a child of the selected page. So I'm going to click on that and you'll see my second option here under a parent page is already populated. Again, if you hadn't chosen that parent page in the previous step, you could simply click under a parent page and select your parent page. So now let's name this as Child 1. And I do want this to show up in my navigation. I want to leave the default template as it is, and I'm simply going to click Create and Return to Pages at this stage. I'm not going to add any content. So you'll notice it leaves my page in a draft mode. So this time I'm going to duplicate this page a few times. So I'm going to go to Actions and Duplicate, and it will allow me to rename the page and Create and Return to Pages. And I'm going to do it again with number 2. I'm going to rename it to number 3 and Create and Return to Pages. So now you'll see it automatically put my duplicates below our group sample 1. So now I can choose to take all 3 of these pages at the same time, select the little boxes, go up to More Actions, and hit Publish. It'll publish all 3 of those pages at the same time. So let's see what that looks like from our home page. Let's refresh again. And you'll see I have Group Sample 1 and I have the child pages. When I click on Group Sample 1, because it is only a grouping page, it doesn't open up a page. It will just simply open up my accordion. So now let's go to Child 1. So you'll see no content has been added to this. So now let's look at a few different types of navigations to add to this web page. So we're going to go to Child 1. Now we'll look on our right side under the Navigation Widget options, and we'll drag navigation into the body here. And you'll see it automatically pulls up our website's navigation. So we're going to choose Edit, and we're going to choose to do all pages under a particular page. And hit Select, and we're going to choose our Group Sample 1 page. Done selecting. And we only have one level, so all we need is one. We could choose multiples if we'd like, up to 5. And then we will choose a template. So in my case, I want to choose tabs, but we have our sidebar, which is this right here, the sidebar accordion. We also have a different horizontal list. We have nav list drop downs. We have just pills, which is like little buttons. And we have several options. You can see all of these options at the Web Resources website in the Sitefinity section for components. So now let's go ahead and select tabs for my purposes. I'm going to click Save, and you'll see this changes to the tab view, and it has these 3 pages that are the child pages for the Group Sample 1 page. Let me show you an example of this usage. So we're going to go to intranet.utmb.edu/web, which is our Web Resources website. I'm going to go to Design and then UTMB Sitefinity CMS. We have our Sites Navigate menu set to Main. We do not have the institutional navigation. For this website, we're using one navigation below another navigation. And then we have a side nav, and then we also have the navigation in tabs like I just showed you. So let's click on a few of these and see how it changes. So let's go to Components. And you'll see now we get the side navigation that is specific to components. So all of these are different component types, and this is where you would come to navigation and view the different layouts for navigations. There are a ton of different uses for navigations, and remember, your pages build these according to how you order them in the back end. So we're going to publish this page just so we can see our changes, and you'll see it comes up. Another thing you can do is go up to Administration and go to UTMB Site Settings. scroll to the bottom and click Manage Site Settings. Now this functionality is only available to designers and admins. Here you'll see our navigation options. So our demo site right now currently has the institutional navigation and the Navigate menu, which is our site-specific navigation, as the left sidebar. You'll see that here, Navigate menu, Side Nav, and we have it set to where it displays all 5 tiers. So let me remove that and make it to where it's simply one tier. And this is where I would be able to change my navigations to show up in different areas. If I wanted my Navigate menu to show up at the very top like it is on the Web Resources site, I would simply choose Main Nav. Also, we have the different top bar navigation or sub bar navigation, or we have left or right side navigations. Also, the Explore menu, which is our institutional navigation, you can choose to have it at the top as a mega menu, or you can hide it from desktop view. The only change I'm going to make at this time is I'm going to remove these Navigate menu levels. So I'm going to scroll to the bottom and save site settings, and I'm going to go back to my home page and refresh. So now when I click the group sample 1, it will open up that first page and it gets me the child 1, 2, and 3 pages. Now I would need to go in and add this same navigation to all 3 pages. If I was to click on child 2 or child 3, it would simply give me a blank page because I don't have that same navigation on those pages. So let me show you how to do that now. So now I do the same thing to child 2 and child 3 pages as I did to child 1. So now I'll simply grab a navigation menu again, drag it in, hit edit again, and I'll go to all pages under a particular page and select that group sample 1 page. Now notice there are several different options of how you display, and you can choose all top level pages, which is what is done by default, all pages under a currently open page, all sibling pages of currently open page, and then a custom selection of pages. So you could choose random pages from your Sitefinity website to display on a specific navigation like this. So I only want one level to be included, and I'm going to choose tabs again and hit save. And you'll see our navigation matches the child 1 page, but child 2 is highlighted because that is the page we're on. So I'm going to publish this, and I'm going to do the same thing to child 3. So now you'll see that whenever I refresh this to make sure my changes were captured, if I click on child 2, it simply goes to that page and it highlights child 2. Same thing with child 3. This is a way to do tabs within your pages when there is a lot of content on each tab. This is also a way to maximize the space in your moving your navigation to the top by using tabs. So now to add a little bit of content to this page, you would simply go to each individual page and add what you would want to be in there. So let me add a little content block beneath here and paste in some lorem ipsum and hit save. I could add any other type of content. I could add an image up here. And now I could hit publish. Now you do want to remember, if you want to keep your navigation in the same place, you want to do the same thing to all pages. So you'll see child 1 has bumped everything down because we put this nice header image at the top. And when I click on child 2, it's going to push everything back up. So keep a little bit of consistency throughout your pages whenever you're in a situation like this, so that whenever you click from one page to another one, it flows nicely.